Hi guys, it's Jamie here, and I'm going to do a flip through of this very chunky, I was going to call it a notebook because my mother doesn't journal, but it's ended up being more of a Scrappy, made from scraps, journal. First of all, the closure. Because this has been made from scraps, if I don't have something that coordinates, I'm still using it because the idea is to use what you have. This is just some white cord, bits of ribbon all tied together, stapled, and then the staple being hidden by gluing with silicone glue, Fabrifix glue, a flat button on the top. That makes the closure really, really easy because it's got a bit of interest to it, but very, very simple to make. I think this was made from a farm foods leaflet, you know, one of those free things that you get through the door. The cover. So the cover's just been covered with material and stiffened up a little bit with some cardboard or cardstock, coffee dyed paper, and also paper that's been used to, you know, wipe off paintbrushes and things like that have been used in here. This is a patchwork pocket which is available on the playlist and came from Melina's Scrapbuster challenges. Everything that goes in here, even if it's just bits of paper, have had a bit of added interest to them. These ones have been inked round the edges, held together with quite a pretty or slightly different paper clip. Sorry, I'm just squidging that back. There we go. Then we go on to this side. We've got a corner tuck with a very thin belly band, and every single one of these pieces of paper have been edged and then had a little ink stamp put on them. Just a tiny mini one, so you still have journaling space. So all of those are just folded. Some are concertinaed, some are folded in half, some are single pieces. Bits of scrap paper that you can make notes on. You can also write on any blank page at the back, which is why some pages have just been left blank. And to encourage someone who doesn't know about junk journals, I've even gone through and stamped some pages I think you can write on with an ink pen or a bottle of ink. Here I've simply added a cut. This actually came like this card. All I've done is add a tab top to it, inked around it and stamped on it. And it came inside something, I can't remember, a piece of packaging, and just paper clipped it on with a big paper clip. More just normal paper. This page has a layered file tab, which is another playlist video. Cannot remember where that came from. I think that was Roxy's weekly challenge, probably under that playlist. And then I've just simply stapled together some long strips of paper, added a bit of extra glue to some washi tape, secured it that way, and then stamped at the bottom all these little scraps of paper so that, again, journaling spots or note making spots. Here we've just got some stamped single sheets of paper in a pocket. Like I say, this is just using up scraps from the scrap box, so it's not a theme. There's no Victoriana or modern or gothic. It is a scrappy little notebook. More paper, stamped again. I think you can write on these plainer pieces, so an ink bottle stamp there, just to encourage you to write. A little postage stamp there. So just little tiny, even on the plain, not always, but sometimes just little tiny bits of interest. Here on this piece of paper, I've simply torn up some coffee stain paper, inked around the edge in the green because it's on a green background, and attached it. So you can write on that. You can write on the back of it, stamped up to encourage you to do so. Here this was from a masterboard, this part of the signature, which is washi tape and bits of scrap paper. I added an extra piece of paper and then hand drew some lines through it, again to encourage writing. This time I stamped on that extra piece of paper, and this time I didn't like the stamped lines, they seemed too thick, that's why I drew them on this one. More just bits of paper you can write on. Here I've just attached This was from Melina's Scrapbusting Challenges, a botanical journaling card, which actually was an old GCSE physics revision card. And my mum had commented on my Facebook, I'm pleased to see that because I used to hate physics. So I thought I'd better include one for her. They've got dried pressed flowers Mod Podged on and some layered up napkin over, I think that was book page, and just edged around the edge. Another little ink stamp because you could write on these pages, that bit and that bit. So that is just literally paper clipped in. More writing spots here. I used the layered file tab, but didn't put it down fully so I could create a tuck. So it's added, you've got your file tab here, but now you've got a tuck spot. So I added another file tab to this, which had been made ages ago. And then nothing on this one. This one's very, very simple. It's just a napkin over some book page and then just some journaling page added to the back, inked around the edges, that type of thing. Here I've just added a little tree sticker because I had them. Sometimes you'll see there are no artistic reasons for things. Here you've got a little old-fashioned typewriter sticker. Again, it's to try and encourage people to write where they can. This pocket, spare paper. In here you've got a little teeny weeny tag or journaling card and just some paper that's been folded and inked around the edge. Doesn't always have to be fancy. You can just add paper there for journals. Another pocket, a green stamp because everything here is green even if it's not matching. And then this I happen to have, which is a little envelope, a pre-bought. Added a little stamp on that side, added a little piece of ephemera there, and then inside just some torn up scraps of paper that when you open them up, because they weren't double-sided, it gives you some blank writing spots, and they're just folded. So lots of little bits of paper there that you can write on as well. Ooh, and that was also there, which is an altered playing card with a journaling space on the back and just another piece of paper. Lots and lots of little hidden goodies, treasures, that type of thing. I didn't add anything to this master board that included the vellum because it's pretty and it's see-through, so that went in. This one I've added, this is an old book page that I'd coffee dyed and then cut into this shape, inked the edge, and I've added another altered playing card. It's not even concertina folded, this one, it is just folded up. So another spot for writing notes or journaling or whatever you're going to do with this. Another one of these layered file tabs that's been made into a tuck spot. More paper that's been folded up and stamped on, and just a little piece of stamped ephemera. And for the person receiving this, it's more about discovering all the interest in the journal. Another notebook style edition, again scraps. This was added using strong masking tape, both sides, so no gluing this time. Here we have a concertina, again bit of washi on it, pull out piece of paper that has been stamped so you can see that it pulls out. Also another altered playing card, just paper clipped in. Just added a little sticker to this one. I like the daisies because they went with the bright yellow. This was a digital free download from Scrapbooking with Me newsletter, as was this, I think. This is actually one of the layered file tabs, but I felt it was wide enough to become a journaling spot, so that's what I made that into. And another altered playing card has been put in there, and a little pocket made from a plain piece of card and little bees. Well, it wasn't a sticker, but you know, that type of thing. Another sticker's been put on here, again just for interest and to encourage you to use it to write on. Some tiny bits. The reason these pages are moving will become apparent in a minute. Because it's a midori style journal. So in other words, when you finish with a page, particularly as my mum's going to use it for shopping lists and things to do lists, you can pull that page out, throw it in the bin, and then just fold another piece of paper up and add it in. Or you can take the whole signature out when it's used and then put a new one in. Here, just a little sticker, a stamp on this one, because I do believe you could write on that quite easily. Here, more washi, more flip up bits of journaling spots. These are just some free downloads, like I say, from different people's. That was scrapbooking with me as well. Another sticker on that one, that one's a sunflower, but the idea of yellow's still there. This page just has a flip out. This I don't think has anything. No, I felt you could write down that, and it's getting quite full. I added this piece here so that you could write on here, so I just stamped on it and inked around it. Torn piece of paper. Here we've got a flip down, white paper this time. Felt it went better with this, and that colour stamping. That I left blank because you can write on that. This one, a flip out. And then here we go, more pages you can just write on, bits and pieces, not so much towards the back, I must admit. Here we have another one of the patchwork pockets. This time I've used 2 tags that I'd already made, just punched them, done a very, very simple sew little tiny bits of paper together, so you actually have like a little portable notebook in this one. Very, very little. More bits of paper. Then with a paper clip, 2 more of the altered playing cards just clipped into place. And then on this side, another one of those little sewn together notebooks, but this time no cover and just different stamps on each page for interest. A little tag, and that's just the backing. Actually, I must remember not to pull that. This is just a junk mail envelope cut down, little hole there, what do you call that, a keyhole, something like that, and just some ephemera added to the top, covered in a spare piece of scrap paper. All of this virtually, apart from obviously some of the stickers, came from my scrap box, which has gone down a bit. It overflowed yesterday onto my desk. More places you can just write. I should have stamped that with a little link or something, a little link stamp. But there you go. This one flip down. Then just some more very plain coffee dyed paper. Even this one I haven't done much with. Another piece of painted paper with a little sticker on. Here we've got another, that side. That I made into a tuck spot. Just another little scrappy piece of paper just tucked in there. This side, another altered playing card. Oh no, that wasn't an altered playing card. That was just a piece of cardboard from some packaging that's been covered. Then we've got another, I don't even know where that came from. I think that was a piece of packaging, and I didn't even have to cover the back because it was already plain. I just cut around the image. Little sticker. We're getting towards the end. Another sticker page, and then that is it. That is a Scrappy, no theme, no digitals, downloads. Yes, I use some ink stamps and some inks and some bits and pieces, but mostly packaging and from the scrap pile. You can do it. Like I say, this was a free leaflet that came through the post, just covered it with a piece of spare material. You can do this with minimal supplies if you're happy to go for a more junky style junk journal. I hope you enjoyed that flip through. I'm really quite pleased with this. She's visiting tomorrow for lunch. First time I've seen her in ages. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Try and watch as much of the video as possible. Mind you, I'm saying this at the end of the video, so you will have watched all of it if you hear me say this, because that really does help me grow this YouTube channel. It is a baby new channel. It's taking some effort, put it that way, which is fine. I'm uploading a video every day. Some are art journaling, but majority is either other people's challenges or me doing little bits and pieces. I've got some ideas already that I'm doing today. Like, I think I'm making 3 videos today because I'm not here Monday, so I wanted to be able to upload something even though I'm not here. Thank you very much.